Hello people, hope you're all doing good. Welcome to a three-part mini-series. The Equalizer 3 is coming out next week at the time of me recording this. And I thought, why not review the first two films in the franchise? I really do like these films. I think they're pretty solid. I don't think they're anything like masterpieces or anything, but I like them. My dad likes them as well. In fact, we're going to see Equalizer 3 next week. Really excited for it. And I thought I wanted to do this. I wanted to review the first two films. So today we're reviewing the Equalizer 1. Then on Friday, Equalizer 2. So let's get into it. The Equalizer is directed by Anton Fuqua, stars Denzel Washington and Chloe Grace Moretz. And it has a simple plot. A prostitute is attacked by Russian gangsters and Robert McCall, played by Washington, has to defeat them and take revenge. That is the entire plot. Now, The Equalizer is a solid action movie. Its main character is really strong. He's a very likeable guy. Robert McCall, very likeable, helps anyone. But he has a mysterious past about him which you don't really know about for the majority of the film. You see him perform all these skills and fight scenes and knows how to break into things and find people. You're like, how does he know all of this? How does he know all these skills? And that adds a bit of mystery to a very likeable character. And you're just intrigued by him. And it's helped by an amazing performance by Denzel Washington. If it wasn't for him, these films wouldn't have been as good. There's this dinner table scene where he interacts with the main villain. If it wasn't for his performance, that scene wouldn't have been that good. He kills it in that scene. That's how good he is in this film. He does a great job at making his character seem very likeable when he's interacting with his friends or anything and the people he cares about. But also very intimidating and scary when he's fighting the villains. And from what I know, he does most of his own stunts in the action scenes, which I really appreciate. An actor getting in there, getting in the mud, doing his own stunts. And he does a great job with them. And the action scenes are fairly good in this film as well, especially the final battle. The final battle is easily a standout. Loads of creative moments in that scene. However, I will say that some of the editing in these scenes is a little choppy and jarring. The first action scene especially was pretty terrible. The editing was all over the place, but I will say the editing does get better after each action scene. So the final battle is all really well done in the end. And also in the action scenes and throughout the entire movie, this is something I don't see get praised enough. The music. I love the music in this film. Adore it, actually. I don't know who it's composed by, but it's very dark, and it fits the dark and gritty tone of the movie. I like the final battle when the music's playing. Very slow, very mysterious, and just fits this nice dark tone that the final battle is going for. But apart from the choppy editing in the action scenes, they're fine, especially towards the end, as I said. But as a whole, the movie visually looks pretty good as well. There are some nice shots, and there are also really cool character shots of Robert McCall. Especially near the end, a little spoiler, but he's holding a nail gun which he uses to kill a villain. It's the most coolest shot you've ever seen. Him holding that, rain pouring on him. It looks so cool. But there are a few things that don't work about this film. For one, the story does not earn its runtime. This movie is about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It should be about 100 minutes, if I'm being honest. There are plenty of scenes you could cut out in this film, but I will say they do make Robert McCall's character more likeable. There are some scenes you could cut out. There are some scenes that you should add in, I think. Especially for the villains, because the villains in this are not that good. The main villain is just bad because he's bad. That's it. I will say David Harbour's character is probably the more interesting villain, but they never do anything with him. He gets tortured and then Robert says do the right thing and then he gets arrested. That is his whole character arc. That is it for him. Also, Chloe Grace Moretz's character who plays the prostitute, she's the main driving force for Robert's actions for killing these Russian gangsters. And she is absent for the majority of this movie. In fact, they don't even do the show don't tell rule of seeing how her life improved after these incidents. She just says right at the end of the film, oh, I got a job, I'm moving on, I've got better with my health. Great, I'm happy for you, but we'll like to see that. And she could have been implemented into the story a lot more, especially in the third act. She could have had a role in the third act, I think. And also, this is just me, but the violence in this, some of the violence, is what I like to call Hollywood-fied, where it's very dark and gritty and all fancy and bloody, just to make something stand out and make it a little memorable. There are a few moments during the action scenes where the action was a little bit over the top and just didn't need to be. Could have been toned down a little bit, but the movie wanted to be cool. And that's all it was sometimes. So, yeah, I thought the action and the violence could have been dumbed down a little bit. But you know what? Despite its flaws, I really do like The Equalizer. If you like action movies, I think you'll have a really good time with this one. The action scenes do get better throughout the movie. You'll love the final battle. I really do like that scene. Denzel Washington's performance is just amazing. You'll just love the film for that performance, really, sometimes. There's some great moments. I really do like The Equalizer. It's a solid film. And I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. And yeah, guys, that is the first part of my Equalizer reviews done. Equalizer 2 review will be out on Friday, then Equalizer 3 will be out on Tuesday. Make sure to look out for those. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have seen the Equalizer, what did you think of it? Have a good day. And see you later.